and that was Chris Barber and Petite Fleur. Interestingly enough, Petite Fleur was the first record, I guess, from a British band to get into the top 5 in the USA, and it made number 3 in the UK. So that was pretty good. That was a New Orleans tune sung by a British band, taken over New Orleans. Love it. We're going to go now to Creative Mojo and Paul and Sandra. I think you're going to like this. Very interesting. Okay, so it's down in Devon, and I'm here today in Tiverton with Creative Mojo. So we've got Sandra and Paul. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hi.
So just really to go and see where this all started. So can you tell me how it all began then, Sandra?
Yeah, well, actually, a long time ago, because Millie's 13, my daughter's 13 today, actually. Right. And I think when I started doing my classes, they were both at preschool, weren't they? Mm. Yeah, so they were sort of 3 and 4, so a long time ago now. Yeah, so I worked as an activity coordinator in a care home locally. And I was working with people with dementia, and my job was to, just entertain people in the care home. And because I'd had a background in art, I sort of thought, I'll bring in all my, arts and craft materials and see, what everybody thinks of that. And actually, it was the one thing I tried where people really got engaged with it, and you kind of saw everybody just, their eyes just lit up, and they really were enjoying it. And I thought, wow, I think I might have found something here that works really well. So I actually, I quit my job and I just rang up a few local care homes and to see if they were interested in me coming in just to do the art. And they were, and it just took off from there. So I did my classes for about 5 years.
So 5 years on your own, going around?
Yeah. Okay. So I just kept growing it, and as the kids were getting older, I was doing more and more classes.
Lots of prep work.
I was going to say there must have been a huge amount of preparation in that then.
Yeah, because I would do 4 to 5 classes a day.
Wow.
So this would be group dementia classes, one-to-one classes, and also classes with people with learning disabilities as well.
Right, okay.
So I would drive probably as far as Dawlish to do classes. Right. And then I took on a freelancer, and round about that time I thought, we should do something with this. And
so that was the light bulb moment when you thought, hang on, this could be bigger than...
This could be something, because it was tried and tested.
Yeah, there were 2 routes, weren't there? There was, do you expand the area you're in and get staff in and make that, more functional and work better, or do you actually see a bigger picture?
So you, Paul, at that time, you were doing full-time work as a designer?
Graphic design. I just ran my own graphic design business.
Right, so you were independently doing that anyway?
Yeah.
And so then this is when you decided to bring the whole thing
We've always
together.
worked well together, I think, because, obviously we've got children together and we're married, so we do work well together.
Yeah.
And I think, and Paul's great support, especially with the children, if I had to work late, you were great with all that. And I think, so for the franchise side, we saved up enough money for the legal work, and then we just thought, let's just go for it. So we did, didn't we?
We literally put it out there it was at the time,
scary.
It was a side, while Sandra was still doing the classes, we put it out there as a little side venture, kind of little, little paper boat that you just push out and let go and go, if anything comes of it, great, if not, maybe we'll get one a year or something like that. So
what made you think of doing the franchise? Was that purely a staffing system?
It was just because I think we thought that there were so many benefits to it for people. It ticked every single box because there were people. It was cost effective for the homes. It meant there was people were benefiting from. It's all inclusive. So using the die cut shapes that we use means people who haven't got good motor controls with their hands and things can also be involved. Whereas, so it's not the traditional art class where you'd have someone coming in with a blank piece of paper and say, right, paint that Monet. Doesn't work like that. It's basic level. Everyone can do it, so it's all inclusive, and then it gets put together as a group piece. So that's where it kind of differs from every other type of class that's out there for art wise. And it just, I think it was just the stage where it was so popular that we thought people could be doing this, that there could be people benefiting from this all over the place. I think.
Yeah, because we had 5 years worth of projects. We had we had a system worked out. We get all the shapes that we use in our classes die cut, sort of mass produced. so that eliminates a lot of prep. So we had something that was easy to roll out.
There were hours and hours of evenings of Sandra cutting, hand cutting, dragonflies,
bits of paper.
And cats and stars, and just tons and tons. It would take literally 2 or 3 hours every night of time sitting watching telly while she was cutting things out. So
it was hard work, but I think Paul's got the graphic design skills and the advertising skills, so we just put the two together. So we sold a lot, didn't we? In first year
was what, 17 or something, 18 in the first year, which was like blew us
18
away.
franchises.
Yeah. And then the second year was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
I think we got up to 45 franchises by the end of the second year. Something like that.
That's explosive, isn't it?
It went mad. It went completely crazy.
I think because a lot of people, want to do something that's rewarding.
Do you think it's something that's area? Because of this area, there is a lot of retirees down this way. Do you think
every single franchisee that has sat here has said, "Oh, we've got lots of care homes."
Right. Okay. So
we're everywhere.
The amount of times I've heard people say we're the care home centre of Britain, and it'll be every person will say that, and it's just literally you'd be surprised how many people go, "Well, there's like 5 care homes around where I am," and it's the case everywhere. There's no specific,
and it is a growing
it's not specific to Devon then.
No.
So your franchisees are going
Scotland.
We've got 5 in Scotland.
Yeah,
we've got. We're slowly. We didn't advertise much in the north to start with because we started off in the south because it was just easier to manage and people coming visiting. But obviously as that's got filled up, we've only got about 5 or 6 spots left in the south of England now. So it's kind of the Manchester and Birmingham starting to fill up and things like that. So it's
And we got lots of great people, that love what they do and are great, with people in care homes. And
so these people are setting up their own business on the back of what you've done. So they're using your blueprint to roll out their own business then, effectively.
That's it.
What a great thing.
Yeah. And everybody comes here. We meet all our mojos, we like to call them mojos. And, we've got great friendships.
I'm guessing that Mojo came from getting your mojo back.
Pretty much,
Or was that just a kind of a spin-off of something?
Well, no, it was. Ironically, before when we first moved down to Devon to start a family, my graphic design business was called Creative Mojo.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's where the name originated.
Okay.
And then I parked that because I went and started a business with a colleague here in Tiverton called Shake Creative, who I've been with up until just recently, only until last year. But I've had to move away to focus more on the Mojo side. But it just so happened at the time when we were umming and ahhing about names, what to call the business, we were racking our brains to try and work out what to call it. And then realised we've got this one on the shelf that we can bring back in. It had already been registered. The main name was already there. So it worked. And it, as you say, you get your mojo back. So it kind of worked really well with that. So it's
so you're seeing great results then coming from the care homes and what have you. So
Is
that going out into sort of hospital areas and stuff like that, or is it just purely in the care home?
It's care homes mainly. I mean, my business was purely care homes and assisted living homes. But we've got Mojos delivering classes for the community.
Right.
We've got people doing classes in Waitrose, in Debenhams.
Wow.
Different shopping centres, libraries, because also, we're trying to focus on elderly people and their well-being and the social
interaction that goes with that,
which is really needed now, I think, in a world of technology.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many older people that are isolated in their homes that don't go out, and villages are starting to implode a little bit insofar as that there's not so much going on there anymore. So this is a great lifeline then, as well as an enjoyment.
Definitely, and that's what we're focusing at the moment. Trying to deliver art classes, one-to-one art classes in people's homes, so people who live at home who can't get out, can't access, and we can go to them really. But we also get involved in lots of exhibitions nationally, so that people feel like they're part of a project and something to focus on as well, which works well for us. It's good fun.
So if someone wants to get hold of you to set up a one-on-one or maybe a group or something like that, how do they go about doing that?
So we've got a website, haven't we?
Well, we've got the website. At the moment in Devon, we've got the whole of Devon covered now. So we've got various franchisees running. So Devon was covered by Sandra originally, and then she passed them on to the franchisees that came on board. So we've got, for the south, we've got Belle McDonald, who runs the Exeter and District areas.
Okay.
We've got Dan Carnell, who's only just recently started. He's in sort of...
He's
Oakhampton, Axminster Way, and up towards Yeovil. He kind of covers up Somerset, that far east side. We've got Shiva. She does North Devon and Plymouth.
And Gaynor, who does Tiverton.
And Mid Devon and West Somerset. So, but yeah, you can go to the website. You can look at the map, and the interactive map on there will show you where the different people are based, and then you can click on that and it pulls up all their information, a bit of biography about them, and then they contact those franchisees directly if they want to book a class. So
sounds great. So the future looks bright?
Yes, I think so.
It's very busy. Yeah. I think it's.
And we're still married, so that's.
So the 18.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's gone. We couldn't imagine. And I think the thing that at the end of the day, the thing that really comes off the back of it on the homepage of our website, it explains how many homes we're in, and how many classes are being run, and how many people are benefiting from the classes. And the numbers are just staggering, the numbers that we're getting on the amount of people that are now doing the classes that Sandra set up all those years ago, that are now spending an hour of their time not staring at a TV or doing on that loose time that they had, and is now being put into being creative. And we get a lot of feedback from people that say people that aren't involved generally in the day-to-day activities in a home will suddenly come out of their shell and become involved. You get quite a lot of stories where you hear people that haven't picked up a paintbrush in years or don't want to do anything, and by the 5th or 6th class they're like running the show basically. So that kind of thing is great. It's
all about ways of engaging people, and I think being creative is so important. If you struggle with communication, and dementia can make things really difficult, and I think art is, you can just always be yourself. There's no right or wrong, and for me that's the magic of it. And I love to watch people draw and paint. I find it amazing because it's part of them.
Yes.
And all our projects come together into sort of one final piece. So it's a bit of everybody in a picture, and and I feel like everyone's proud of it when they finished it, and they've all worked together on it. That's the magic.
Okay, so that's great, and thanks to all our guests tonight, Creative Mojo, Sandra and Paul Heyman, and of course Melvin. What a star. And Jill. Without Jill, well, I'm afraid it just wouldn't have gone on at all. So thank you from Johnny, from Jill, from Paul. Good night all.
Hello and welcome from Hospital Radio Exeter, broadcast